everyone, and welcome to another countdown to Christmas video. Today we're going to make a card using Attention Shoppers. It's going to be a Christmas card with a gift card in it. And this is something you can actually do on any card that you make, other than maybe a fancy fold. But any simple card that you've made, you can add this to any card. So we're going to use this. I'm going to use the Sayings Out of Snowy Wonder. And we're going to use a few different dies. The dies that come with Attention Shoppers, but also some deckled rectangles. So let's get started. Bring in my cutter. I'm going to use Poppy Parade today. I better make sure that I'm actually filming. Let me see. I am. That's a good thing. It's always a good thing. All right. So just a regular sized front that is 5.5 by 8.5, and we'll score that at 4 1/4. Okay, that's our card base. And we'll take the other piece here, we'll cut that in half at 4 1/4. And I'm also going to grab a piece of white in a second, but what we want to do is take the large deckled rectangle and cut that out, and we're also going to take a scrap of white, and we're going to take this one, which is the 3rd size in the pack, and we're going to cut a piece of white out of this one. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to come right back. Okay, so we have those two pieces. Let's take our card base here again and give that a good burnish. I'm going to bring in the Snowflake 3D embossing folder, and we are going to put inside this Poppy Parade. Now, it does graduate. I don't know if you can tell, there's a few snowflakes and then it gets kind of fuller on the bottom. I can either, doesn't really matter because we're not going to see a whole lot of it, but I'm actually going to go to the top. So there's less at the top, more at the bottom. Doesn't really matter. It's just personal preference. I'm going to run that through my machine, and I'll be right back. Okay, we have that done. Let's just open that up. Take that out. All right, let the fun begin on this card. Let's adhere that, and then this is done and over with. And we can just decorate the front, and then we can get to the inside. I'm not going to pop this up. I'm just going to leave this as a textured layer that is in the same color, and I will also adhere this to the center, just like this. Oops, that's not good. Get that to stay down. Okay, so let's put that aside for a second, and let's get to Attention Shoppers. This is a fun card. I actually, truth be told, I bought this months ago and totally forgot that I had it until the other day, and I thought, what? Doesn't that just always the way it goes? Buy a whole bunch of new stuff and I forget that you even have it. Anyway, it's still available, and it's just a cute all-around set for a lot of different things. So here are the dies that go with it. There's 7 of them, and we're going to take the shopping cart, and we're going to take a few other pieces. So there's the shopping cart. I'm going to bring in some scrap white here, and let's stamp a few pieces first. So we're going to stamp the gift bag, and we're going to stamp, what else? This flower pot, this, I'm calling it a wine bottle, and these flowers. I'm going to put the rest aside for now. Let me see. Okay, we're going to stamp all those. I'm going to stamp 3 different bags just so that I have enough in case I make a mistake. So let's just do that. I did juice this up yesterday. It might be too juicy. Let me see. I should have tested it. Oh, good. Perfect. 2, 3. All right, I'm going to take this little flower pot, and I just actually want the leaves, so I'm not worried about the pot. And the flowers, I just want the flowers, again, not worried about anything else. So I'll stamp that, and let's do a couple bottles. Oop. 1, 2. I'm going to do another one because I didn't like the first one. Just like that. Okay, I like that. Now I'm going to bring in some designer paper. Designer paper. This is from these, I think it's the Snow Wonder DSP. And I'm going to stamp a couple. We're going to use both sides. We're going to stamp again. We're going to use I just want the bottom portion of the bag. So just like that. I'm actually going to cut this out. Carefully. You can use the die cut if you want. I didn't want to because the die cut actually cuts around the outline by, I don't know, a 1/16 or so of an inch, and I actually want that white border, which is why I'm hand cutting this. You don't have to, it's just a matter of preference. That's what I prefer. So there's one. So we'll turn it over and we'll grab something out of this design that we like. I think I want more than just one berry on there. So I'm going to do this. Am I? Decisions. Sure. Let's do that. And do the same thing. Cut that one out. So it doesn't matter if you cut on the line, beside it. I'm kind of cutting a little bit on it, but there's still some showing, as you can see. All right, now I'm going to bring in, I'm actually going to color this first. So I'm going to color, let me see. I'm going to use some Petal Pink and Calypso Coral. Okay, so I finished cutting all of this out, or not cutting, sorry, coloring, and we're gonna cut everything out. So using all the dies that are in the set, we're going to cut out just the leaf portions. I'm going to hand cut those flowers. We're going to do the bottles with the dies that we have, and I'm going to cut myself out a shopping cart. That's a lot of cutting, so I'm going to just pause it here and I'll be right back. Okay, so what do I have here? I have a bunch of dies. I have the plants, the flowers. We're going to poke out, if I can find my poker. Maybe not. Oh, there we go. Let's try this. Whoa. Okay, I've done the shopping cart in basic gray. I have done it using the silver foil, but I'm gonna try it with the gray. Yeah, you can make it red too, make it look like a Target buggy as well. Okay, that's what we're gonna do with that. And I forgot to cut out a bottle. Not critical. I'll decide whether I want to do that later. Okay, so I did finish a couple of different baggies off camera because they take a little bit of time. So I've done 4 of them. So what I did was I took DSP paper and I stamped it like this. I did cut out, that's up to you if you want to be that fussy. But I did cut where these handles go into the bag. I cut them out. Just like that. Before I glued them on. I just think it makes it look nicer. And you can see here that there's white now around my DSP paper. So if you use the die cut, that's fine. It's just that you'll cover up that white trim, and whereas that white trim will still show up here. That's the only reason I did it. I'm a bit of a fusspot sometimes, so, but you know what? Nobody will notice. So I'm gonna use this bag and this bag. Take these ones away, put them somewhere else. I'm gonna make a bit of a flower bouquet using, I saw this, one of the Stampin' Up! Artisans did this, and I thought it was so cute. So I'm going to add this to my card. All right, a little bit of glue. Dab that here, here. All right. You'll have to fussy cut these flowers because the die only cuts part of it. Isn't that cute? Do that and get a little, kind of a little wreath. All right, so that's that. What else do I need to do? I'm going to stamp Season's Greetings. Unless I already have the stamp out. Clearly I do. Somewhere, here it is. We'll take that. I'm going to take an extra piece of Happy Parade, my Versamark, and my Wow Opaque Bright I'm using. Opaque Bright White. All right, just the oils off my paper. Better bring in a scrap piece. Let's bring this in. All right, let me heat that up. You know what we're gonna do? Instead of getting powder blown all over my desk, let's put this away first. And then we will heat that up and take that dog hair out. All right. Okay, so I'm going to bring in, I think this is the smallest one of the deckled rectangles. I'm pretty comfortable saying that without going to check. And we're going to cut this out just like that. So bring in a little bit of tape. lock that down, and I'll be right back. Okay, I think we have all the pieces to assemble the outside of our card front. So let's bring that back in. I'm going to pop this up. Oh, my goodness, looks like my dog is shedding a lot as I clear hair off of my desk. Okay, so I'm going to take Season's Greetings and I'm going to pop that up with some dimensions. I think I only need 2. All right, just like that. Let's take the buggy and glue that together. Come on, there we go. Probably should have done this a bit earlier, given it a minute to dry and not be sticky on the other side. So put that aside for a second. Let's take that wreath, and I have some red and white twine. Here we go. This is from the mini Christmas. It's not really called a Christmas catalog, but it's the winter mini catalog. You will find this. I'll put all the supplies that I used today in the description below, so you can go take a better view of it. All right, so I'm going to, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna get a dot. I order paper pumpkin every month, and there's always leftover supplies. Usually these dots are in them, so it's kind of where I get my dots from. I'm gonna put a couple on here. All right, stick that down. I'm just gonna loop it, kind of like that. Some people go around their fingers, can do that. I am going to just do it that way. I'm gonna cut that off here. Scissors are getting dull. I'm gonna cut one of these, and I'm actually going to cut that down here. Really dull. Paper does that to your scissors. Okay, so now it looks like I have like a bow. I have sharper scissors. I should just use them rather than suffer. There we go. Much better. Okay, so let's bring everything in and assemble, and then we can get to the inside of the card, which is also very exciting. So I'm going to bring in a different glue that just has a nicer tip to it, and we'll assemble. So I'm just doing the bottom of the cart and the sides. I'm not doing all these little portions because I want to actually fill the cart, and if I do that, then I won't get anything inside of the cart. All right, let's put the pin back in here so it doesn't give me problems later, and pick that up. All right, so I'll put my little cart like this. All right, let's take my shopping bags and see. Should give that a second to dry. In what order I would like to put these bags. I think I will. Oop. Would help to let your shopping cart dry a bit. I can go under that a little bit. Or if I want to go over. It's all good. I think I'll go over it. Okay. Good enough. Let's pull this out, put some glue on it. Now, I didn't cut out a wine bottle earlier, so I am going to do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have a wine bottle there. Let me stick that in here. Stick that down. Let's stick this down, and it is going to go over the sign a bit, but that's okay. And then I'm going to take wine bottle. Just gonna stick that in the back before all the glue dries. Make it look like it's coming out of one of those bags. All right. What else am I gonna do? Oh, and then we're gonna take this little wreath. We're just going to attach it with some dimensions. Oh, got them right here. So that is our outside, and we will start on the inside shortly. Oh, let's do it this way and get those little tabs kind of like that. All right, so that's the outside of your card. So like I said earlier, any card will do now. We have hamburger style, I guess they call this, being the 5.5 by 4.25. We're gonna add a little fold on the inside that we can put a... Okay, let's start on the inside of our card, where we're going to put a gift card. So I'm going to cut a white piece of cardstock here down to 4 inches by 10 3/4. I'm going to score that at 2 3/4 and 5.5. Now, don't be alarmed when you go to fold this in half. Your front is going to hang over by 1/4 inch. Don't worry about that, because you're going to fold this front flap over and burnish this all down. And that's going to go on the inside of your card. So let's cover this up. Lots of scraps here, but I don't know. Oh yeah, that is exactly perfect. So this piece is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So I'm going to put that on the front flap, and then we're going to make a pocket that actually goes inside there. So that pocket is going to be, let me see, is this big enough? 3. Take a 3-inch piece by 3 1/4. So a 3-inch by 3 1/4. All right, and I'm just gonna do a 1/4 inch on all 3 sides. Like that. And on the side that has no score, I'll just punch out a little half moon with a 1-inch circle punch. And then we will cut the corners out. Just like that. That's gonna sit right here on the inside, and then I think I will make that the same. So let's glue that together. I'm just going to put a dab here. And a dab. Oops. Yeah. No oops. Put a dab there, a dab there. Hold that down for a sec. And let that attach. Okay. Make sure this is dry before you put your card inside so it doesn't come unglued. Turn that over. So just a really simple way to put a little bit of a gift card holder. Let's see, all I have is my Costco card on my desk. So that'll sit in there just like that. So let's just put a little something something in here. We're gonna put the words, treat yourself. Could do it in red. I'm just going to do it in black. I'm going to put that right there. And I think I'm going to put also, shopping is always a good idea. Let's see if we can't find a die that can go there. No die, so what I'm gonna do is just cut this out with my trimmer. Let's see what I like for size. So what is that? That is 1 1/4 by 2. We'll call it 1 7/8. I'm gonna get some garden green scrap and go 2 and just under 2 1/4 and 2 1/8. Oop, my measurements are way off. Okay, wait a minute. Sometimes I just glue it on and then cut. Just way more easier sometimes than trying to measure. So that's what we're gonna do. All right. Move that around, square it up, stick that over here. I might even pop it up. Nope, no, I don't want it to be any more bulky than it is, so I will just do this. Shopping is always a good idea. All right, now we're gonna put that on the inside of our card. And that's it. Got yourself a great little Christmas card that you can put a gift card on the inside. Really, any card you make, you can do this, which is kind of fun. Just like that. There you go. Season's greetings. Shopping is always a good idea. Treat yourself. You can sign the card there. And you're done. Great teacher's gift, I think, or for someone in your life that you. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great couple weeks leading up to Christmas, and you get all the stuff done that you need to get done. And we will see you here next week for another fun card. Thanks for joining. Bye.